progress on the cab. It's getting there. There's a quick cab update, cab prep. Had to do a tiny bit more filler. A little tiny bit here. We'll get that scuffed down and it's ready for its second coat of primer. It's actually looking really good. It may not look like it's come very far, but prep work is kind of like that. Got another coat of primer. This time we got some 2K high build primer on there. Laid it on pretty thick, so we should be able to sand this down, maybe touch up a couple spots, and be hopefully pretty close to paint. I see a little dent right here we gotta address. We'll see how much of that comes off when we sand the primer. There's a little tiny something there, but overall it's looking really good. Let's get sanded. We got our roll pan, also 2K primed. This also, we might need a little bit of touch up, but it was new, so it didn't need much. Got the cap scuffed back down. It's looking, like I said, really good. Gonna need a little bit more primer, a little more blocking in a couple spots, but overall it's getting really close. Can't wait to spray that green on here. Same thing with the roll pan. We'll hit it one more time with the primer, but looking good. Got the cab all sanded back down and getting ready to prep it, wash it down, wipe it all off. We already blew it off for the final, what is hopefully the final primering. So hopefully we get primer sprayed on, we can hit it with some 320, make sure everything looks good, and then take it down a little further. But hopefully this is the last time we have to prime it. We did get our piece we were missing glued back in. This cab was actually hit on the back here, busted the back window out, and this piece was missing. There was a small dent here and a couple ripples here. We were able to get inside and push that dent out and do a little body work there. Like I said, we got this glued back in. It's all ready to go. We'll put some primer over that and scuff over that. As you can see, I'm sanding here again, and the reason is, as I'm wiping this down, you can look through the primer and see any low spots. We did see one. It's going to be kind of hard to see, but slight discoloration here. That's still a low spot. There was actually, where is it? Right here, there was a slight scratch that wasn't taken out, and over here somewhere, right here, there's a slight scratch still there. So we're gonna hit this roof again. Hopefully there's still enough primer here to get this out. If not, we're gonna have to do a little bit of skim coat, which is gonna slow us down, but this is when to fix it. I mean, once you paint it and you see it, it's too late. So as I'm sanding here, as you can see, we still have that tiny spot there, and that scratch there is still there. So you can start seeing this primer just start to change color. We have white epoxy primer. You can see where I went through there. It's fine to go into that. That's still good surface, but that's just telling us that this is getting thin here, so we don't have a lot more material to take off. So what I'm going to do is skim these two areas with some finishing body putty before we blow totally through, and that'll just speed things up. So I'm going to go over the rest of this roof, make sure we don't have any more spots, and then get that skimmed. Like I said, now is the time to catch all these little spots and issues. Your final sanding before you paint is not the time to be making it flat. You really want to make it flat now. As you can see, these white spots that are appearing, there's little tiny high and low spots all over here. Even though this looks really nice and flat, there's always little tiny ripples. Another thing to watch, this hood is very weak. It's springy. So obviously you could take your sanding block and push down and really get down in there. That's no good. You're gonna create dents, and you're not gonna sand evenly. So this thing is relaxed here. That's the way you need to sand. If you push down and sand, you're not gonna get all the ripples and low spots out. We already had this cleaned up, so I didn't want to just blow it, the dust, and make a giant mess. So I just kind of swept up the dust with my hand. You can see how much material actually comes back off. Kind of crazy. Got it all wiped down and prepped again. We're actually going to mix up some of this Evercoat metal glaze. It's just a finishing. It's a really thin. It's kind of runny actually. It's just kind of a spreadable primer, I guess. So let's get this mixed up, get it on there. If you don't know how to mix up body filler, it's a little bit of body filler, a little bit of the hardener, and mix it thoroughly. We don't need very much at all, so we only have a very small amount here to mix up. Got the body filler spread on there. You don't need a whole lot, but you do need a bigger area than what it is so you can sand down to it. Piece of fuzz. So one there, and we found just a couple little tiny spots we decided to do on this side too. So we'll let that set up, get that knocked down, and get it cleaned back up again, and hopefully get this thing sprayed for the last time, like I said. Got it scuffed back down, wiped all back down. Cab is now prepped again, ready for hopefully the last coat of primer. Let's spray it and see what it looks like. Fresh coat of primer on there, hopefully for the last time.
Got it up to 103, man.
Was it?
Yep.
You can't say that. It was 55.
53. I get my zeros mixed up with ones and fives.
I thought that white car coming towards us was like,
Hey, buddy.